Hey guys, I'm Jill Powell and today I'm here with Arliana and we are playing with duochromed eyeshadow. So guess what? She pretty much only has one color shadow on her lid. I mean, she really has a couple other ones, but you really are only seeing one shadow. So if you want to see how to get this look, stay tuned. So we have already finished Arliana's skin. So she's got foundation and bronzer and blush and highlighter, brows, a little bit of everything. So we're gonna jump right into eyes. And today I wanna show you how to do a duochrome eye. So what is duochrome? Duo means two, chrome is like reflection. So basically you're seeing two colors with one eyeshadow. I'm gonna show you a few different tips and techniques on how to make this look the most beautiful. I do wanna keep it fairly natural. I want her to be able to go out today and not look crazy. And you know, we live in a small town, so I don't want you to like walk around like I just had my makeup done all crazy. So it's still gonna look really beautiful and natural, but it's gonna be fun as well. So the color I'm using is from the Natasha Denonna eyeshadow palette. There's a lot of colors out there like this. It's that kind of green brown. So there's everything from MAC pigments that have like the green brown or the blue brown. They have, Too Faced had a color back in the day called Label Whore that was really, really awesome. Same kind of idea where it's basically like a two-toned eyeshadow. It's a very, very cool and I'm excited to show you. Okay, so we're gonna start out with Urban Decay Primer Potion. I always love using a primer. I know you hear me say it all the time, but it just goes on really nicely. Go ahead and close your eyes. And it will, make your eyeshadows stick, make them come out really strong. The color will stay, they won't crease on you. If you have oily eyelids, it's really important to use this. But I like to use it just because it gives an even, smooth application of the eyeshadow. And then you're not having to struggle. So if you don't use a primer, if your skin's oily, the shadow might stick to that spot, it might crease. If you're dry, it might not stick. So a lot of times I'll use a synthetic brush to apply the primer. And today I'm just using my finger because this is another way you can do it. So don't always feel like you have to use a brush. Your finger works just as good. So I'm going all the way from the lash line all the way up to the brows. I want to cover that entire area with primer. So since we're using a duochrome eyeshadow, what's great about the color is that if you use something underneath it, like a black eyeliner, it's going to stick and that first color is going to come out really strong. And then as you blend it, then that second color is going to be that softer color. So I want to accentuate some of the green on her lid. So I'm going to use a black liner. And this one is the Sephora Collection Waterproof Pencil. One of my faves. I use it all the time. And I'm just going to kind of draw on the outside of her lid. I'm taking a small pencil brush and blending it because I want the green to like really stick right here, just right along her lash line. And we'll kind of create the smokiness on the outside. And then open, yeah. And then turn this way. So same thing on this side, I'm just drawing basically, this doesn't have to be super exact because I'm blending it, but just on the outside of her eye, I'm going to draw a little bit of liner and then again taking that pencil brush, so something really small and tight and pointy with dense bristles and just kind of blending that, creating a little bit of smokiness on the outside of her lid. And then open. Perfect. I'm going to be using my new Natasha Denonna Star Palette. I'm loving her eyeshadows right now, so they're just really, really pigmented, really beautiful. And I'm gonna use this color in the center. This one's the duochrome, it's called Orion. So it basically kind of looks like a green, kind of looks like a brown, but you're gonna see how strong it comes out. I'm gonna use a flat, this one is I believe a blend of synthetic and natural hair, but just a flat, dense brush. I'm gonna get some of the product and go ahead and close. I'm gonna invert my brush and I'm gonna go right on top of that black and I'm just gonna press and kind of swipe. And you'll see right on top of that black how that green comes out really strong. It's so pretty. And then on the first half of her lid, I don't have any black. So you're seeing more of that like reddish brown color. I'm just pressing and lifting. And then I'm going to take a blending brush. So this one's by Elcie E4. It's kind of more dense. And I'm going to get more product. And then I'm going to pull the color into her crease. And this is that like reddish brown color. That's why I love these duochromes, because it's one color, but it looks like two. And I'm just going to soften those edges and kind of pull the color up. And I'm doing circular motions and pulling it outward. She's got like a nice full eye shape, so we have a lot of room to work. I'm going to take a clean blending brush. My unmarked brushes, these are my cheap ones, but they're really, really great. So something with no product on it, and I'm just blending those edges, making sure they're nice and diffused. Let me see. So pretty. Okay, I have decided that I want that green all the way across her lid. So it's so pretty when it's on top of that black that I need it. We can go back in with that eyeliner, and I need this all. So you can also use a gel, like a black gel liner. I'm sure you could even do like a green or a blue. It might be really pretty underneath that. I'm just gonna add a little bit more. I want more green. That green is so pretty. So applying it, again, taking your pencil brush, blending those edges. You don't want to put eyeshadow on top of like a jagged edge of liner because you will see it. Because remember, the green is sticking to this black. So we want that edge to be nice and blended. I'm just using a soft kind of pressure. I don't want to put too much pressure. Going back in and pressing and pulling because I want it to really stick to that black. Yep. And that's it. Look how pretty that is. So this is kind of giving her this like cool green brown kind of smoky eye. I mean, can you believe this is one color? She literally has one color eyeshadow on. That's what I love about these. So I'm just bringing it up and softening that edge as I go. Clean brush, blending, maybe dip a little bit in there. And we're just blending back and forth, kind of diffusing those edges just to bring them out. And open for me. Yeah. So on the other side, we already learned that we want that green all the way across. So I'm adding a little bit more. It's okay, you can change your mind with makeup. Don't always feel that whatever you chose first, it has to go. I love to keep adding and just seeing. I'm very visual, so whatever I see, that's when I add to or take away, which is why I like to do sheer layers and just kind of build your look that way. So I've got that black, softening that edge, taking that flat brush. You want something really dense because you want it to pack on the color. And then I'm just gonna press and lift. Really get that color strong on there. I'm bringing it up. I'm going to go back in with that more dense blending brush and blend those edges and pack a little bit more color on so you get that nice reddish brown color. This is fun, fun. I love this color. Yeah. Clean brush, really blending those edges. You want that to be nice and diffused. No fallout. Dust that away. So this reddish color is an awesome like crease color for her, and we're just kind of diffusing it up. And since I used that black underneath, you do kind of see the differentiation, or you kind of see that strict transition. I want the color to transition a little bit more seamlessly from this green to this red color. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of black shadow, and I think it'll give me the same effect. Just layering a little bit more. All right, so I'm going in just with any black shadow. This one is Noir from Anastasia. Just using like a small crease brush, but it's still really dense. So this one's by Smith. It's the 235. And I'm just going to create a little bit of smokiness in the outer corner and help with that transition from the green. So I'm adding this dark powder because, like I said, I had that liner on first. And even though I did smudge those edges, it didn't give me that really soft blended transition that I really wanted. So I'm adding a little bit of black to kind of create that. And then open for me real fast. Ooh, yeah. And this is just really smoking out those outer corners. So you're going home with a smoky eye today. So pretty. So then again, that black color, and I'm just kind of transitioning right here, and I'm applying just a little bit and then going in and blending. And you see when I blend, I do a lot of like circular motions, back and forth. I really want that color to be dispersed evenly and spread out, and not just like one. If I only do back and forth, I'm only gonna get that line. But if I do circular motions, I'm pushing down, I'm pushing up, and it's just creating that like nice diffused airbrush look. And open for me. Okay, you guys, seriously, this is basically one color shadow. I know I did a little bit of black, but that is pretty much one color. That is what's so cool about these duochromes. I love them. It's just so fun. Oh, I love it. They make me happy. Typically on this eye, I would blow it out and do something like really dark and sultry and do some black in the waterline and black underneath and put those colors there so that I have like that green and the black. But I want to try to do something to keep it natural and everyday as well. So even though like this bluish green color might, smokiness might not be an everyday look, there's ways you can soften bright colors or intense colors to make them not be so strong. So instead of doing black liner along the bottom, I'm gonna do a brown liner. Okay, so I'm gonna use NARS Larger Than Life eyeliner. This one is Via Appia, I think. Yeah, it's a Via Appia, which is like a brown with a little bit of shimmer. Go ahead and look up for me. And I'm just gonna go, she has so much color on the top. I do feel like I need to balance it with a little bit on the bottom. You don't always have to do bottom eyeliner, but sometimes when you have this like smokiness on the top, you kind of need to soften it. And I could do black. So if she was going out and it was, like a more dramatic look, we definitely could do black in the waterline, black on the bottom, layer that color on top of the black just to, pull it all together. But this brown, since you have the brown in your crease, it's gonna balance the brown that way. And I think it'll just be really pretty and keep it more everyday-ish, even though it's not quite an everyday look. It's a fun everyday look. Yeah, I like it. So now I'm just blending the liner that I just did. I don't like bottom liner to be really, really strong, like as far as like a line. I like it to be diffused. So I'm just taking a small kind of fluffy shader brush. This one's the Smith 253. And I'm just going right under those lashes and pressing and blending. And when you have that like blended bottom liner, it just creates like a really pretty effect where it's not so strong. Okay, I'm debating whether to do top eyeliner. I feel like she should do maybe a little bit of black eyeliner, but I'm gonna do mascara first because sometimes when you do your mascara, you realize you don't need liner. So we're gonna put on some mascara. So I'm just going to put some mascara on and kind of see if we need eyeliner. I feel like we probably should do a top liner, but again, I like to get my mascara on first and see if that provides what I'm looking for. So I'm just getting right at the base of the lashes, really pushing her lashes into the wand and then just combing through so that the ends are nice and feathery. But this will just help to push up the base of her lashes so that you can see they look longer and build them up. This one's the Armani Eyes to Kill mascara, and I love it because it just separates, but it also volumizes and lengthens. So kind of like my mascara to be multifunctional. I love long lashes. So just whatever I can do to make them look long and separated and not clumpy. And just do a tiny bit of bottom mascara. You have really long bottom lashes too. Just gonna go in with a little bit of a highlight for the inner corner. Yeah, you can look up actually. And I'm just gonna bring it along just the inside on the bottom. This one is by Anastasia. It's called Glistening. It's kind of like a gold. Just something to kind of complete the look right there. So a little bit on the inner corner. And then bringing it along the inner. Just for fun. A little brightening. And then this is just the shadow we did on the lid, and I'm just transitioning it a little bit cleaner. And same thing, this is just a shadow from the lid, but I want to get a little bit of that like reddish brown crease color just in this transition. So I like everything to fade into one another seamlessly. Okay, so to finish off this look, I want to just do a really thin liner along the top. Go ahead and close your eyes. I'm just going to lift up slightly so that I can get right in by the lash line. And I'm using a really tiny but long bristled brush just to give a nice thin liner all the way across the top. This is a gel liner. This is Blacktrack by MAC. Adding a little tiny wing at the end. Yeah. And then close again. Get a little bit stronger right in here. This will just kind of perfect the look. That's what it needed. I think I'm ready for a new Blacktrack soon. All right, so again, just right along the lash line, and you just press and drag. Longer brushes sometimes because you can really cover a lot of area and it's really soft so it doesn't skip. You won't see any of those like jagged marks. And then chin this way just a little bit. Let me see. So we have done our top liner and I'm liking the way it looks. It's just pretty. Again, this is like colorful, duochrome, smoky, fun, but you can go out every day and not look crazy. So we were talking about that earlier. And I love that. I love just doing makeup that looks beautiful in person. It doesn't always have to be over the top. It can look beautiful in person and beautiful in photos. So just to finish it off, I want to give her like a nice kind of creamy nude-ish colored lip. So she's got great lips to work with. This one is Love Nectar by MAC. And I love these lip glosses. They stay on really well, kind of that like stickier, tackier texture, but they've just got a beautiful color range that you can choose from. And I love this one because it's kind of like a peachy nude, has little gold flecks in there, so it just complements skin tone so well. And I'm using a lip brush. You can just apply it directly, but I like to keep my kit sanitary, so I'm using a lip brush to apply it. And just kind of blend together a little bit. Yep, that's what I wanted. Okay, so we have finished our look. I'm in love with this. It's so pretty on you. So it's kind of that duochrome smoky eye with a little bit of green, a little bit of brown. It's just super pretty. It's something you could technically wear every day, but it's definitely a little bit more dramatic, probably for the everyday woman. But let's just recap kind of what we did. So we used the Urban Decay Primer Potion to make sure everything sticks and goes on smoothly. I did do a little bit of black eyeliner across the lid. You can use a gel liner. I chose to use the pencil and made sure that I blended those edges because that green is gonna stick on that and you really want that blending to be really perfect. So I packed on that color on the lid. We blended it into the crease, getting that brown color, which is that second color of the duochrome shadow. And I wanted to add to the transition, so I went back in with a black shadow and just kind of added a little bit more because that black mixed with the green makes it come out stronger. So that way we get that smokiness and a better transition. I did the brown liner underneath the eye so that it kept it soft without bringing any black or too harsh of a color underneath there. We did brighten up the inner corners with a little bit of a gold highlight, that glistening from Anastasia. Topped off with mascara from Armani as well as a black gel liner along the top. And then no brow highlight color, I didn't even do it. So pretty much her brow highlight is from her complexion we did earlier, so we just did a little bit of foundation and that can be your natural brow highlight color. Duochrome, remember there's two colors in those shadows, so one can stick and be really strong, and if you use a deeper color underneath, it can make it stand out stronger. So if you want this to look more blue, you could definitely do a blue eyeliner underneath, or if you want it to look more green, you can do a green eyeliner underneath, depending on what the duochrome colors are. This one was kind of like green to brown. So I did black, which will bring out that green really strong. And it's just fun. You literally almost have one color on your eyes and it looks like you have like 14. And lastly, we topped off with this really pretty nude gloss. So it's Love Nectar by MAC and it just kind of completes the look. So you kind of have a similar color going on in your cheeks and it just really compliments you for something really natural. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. I had so much fun.
Thank you for having me.
And I hope you guys enjoyed learning about duochrome shadows and hopefully you get to play with them soon. Thanks again for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below what you want to see next. All of the products used in my video are also linked below. And if you want to see more, follow me anywhere at Jill Powell Glam. Thanks again.